All right, so get this.
Okay.
Scientists are aiming to build a virtual human cell
Oh, wow.
powered by AI.
Really?
It's like something straight out of sci-fi, isn't it?
Yeah. Totally.
But this is real, like
Okay.
cutting-edge science.
Wow.
And it could change
Yeah.
everything we know about biology and medicine.
Okay.
We've got some fascinating research articles and notes here.
Yeah.
And let's just say things are about to get really interesting.
Okay, cool.
I'm excited about this one.
What's really captivating about this
Yeah.
is the sheer ambition of it all.
Right.
So we're not just talking about like a static image,
Right.
but an actual dynamic interactive model
Oh, wow.
that simulates the entire workings of a human cell.
Okay.
Think of it
Yeah.
as a high-powered digital microscope
Okay.
that lets you zoom in
Yeah.
and observe the intricate dance of like
Uh-huh.
molecules and processes in real time.
Okay, that's a pretty vivid picture.
Right.
Why is this such a big deal? What makes a virtual human cell the holy grail of biology?
Well, just imagine
Yeah.
being able to study
Yeah.
the complexities of human biology,
Right.
but without the limitations of like traditional lab experiments.
Okay.
This virtual cell
Uh-huh.
could allow us to test thousands of drug combinations
Wow.
on a digital model of a patient's tumor
Okay.
to identify the most effective treatment.
Right.
Think about the implications for like personalized medicine.
Yeah.
It's a complete game changer.
Wow.
It's amazing.
So it's like having like a personalized medical simulator.
Yeah, exactly.
That's incredible.
It is.
But before we get too carried away,
Sure.
let's break down how this virtual cell would actually work.
Okay.
Where do you even begin to build something like that?
It all starts with massive amounts of biological data.
Okay.
I mean, the sheer volume of information needed
Yeah.
is mind-boggling.
Right.
Even larger than the NIH's DNA database,
Really?
which, as you know, is already enormous.
Yeah, that puts things into perspective.
Right.
So we're talking about a data set
Yeah.
that makes the one used to train ChatGPT look tiny.
Exactly.
So how do scientists make sense of all that data?
That's where AI comes in.
Okay.
The virtual cell relies on
Yeah.
what I like to call a trifecta of AI tools.
Okay.
Predictive,
Uh-huh.
generative,
Okay.
and queryable.
All right, so predictive AI.
Yeah,
That sounds like something out of Minority Report.
right.
Forecasting what a cell will do next.
Exactly.
Oh,
Predictive AI analyzes existing data
right?
to identify patterns
Mm-hmm.
and make predictions
Okay.
about how a cell might behave under certain conditions.
Right.
It's like having a superpowered detective
Okay.
for the cellular world.
And what about generative AI?
Okay, so
That would actually build the virtual cell itself?
you got it.
Okay.
Generative AI is the architect
Right.
creating new data based on the patterns it learns from existing information.
Right.
So it can actually fill in the gaps,
Uh-huh.
generating a complete and dynamic picture of the cell
Okay.
based on limited input.
Okay.
It's like taking a few scattered puzzle pieces
Right.
and using them to create the entire picture.
So predictive AI analyzes.
Yes.
Generative AI builds.
Uh-huh.
What about the third tool?
Right.
Queryable AI.
Yeah.
What role does that play?
Think of queryable AI as like the research assistant.
Okay.
It allows scientists to ask very specific questions about the virtual cell
Right.
and get targeted answers back.
Oh, okay.
It's like having a super smart search engine
Gotcha.
for biological data.
Oh, okay. So it's not just about having a virtual cell.
Right.
It's about being able to interact with it.
Yes.
Test hypotheses.
Exactly.
Get answers.
Uh-huh.
That's incredible.
It is.
But with all that data
Yeah.
and complex AI,
All right.
creating this virtual cell sounds like a monumental task.
It is a massive endeavor.
What needs to happen to make this vision a reality?
The key to success
Yeah.
lies in collaboration.
Okay.
We need a global open science effort,
Right.
bringing together experts from various disciplines,
Okay.
geneticists,
Mm-hmm.
computer scientists, bioengineers,
Right.
all working together towards a common goal.
So it's like coordinating a massive symphony orchestra.
Exactly.
Each instrument playing a vital role
Oh.
in creating a harmonious masterpiece.
It really is.
And speaking of a masterpiece,
Right?
the article outlines 3
Yes.
crucial outcomes this virtual cell needs to achieve.
Absolutely.
First, it needs to be universally applicable.
So imagine a model that can be used to represent any cell type,
Wow.
from a neuron in the human brain
Right.
to a leaf cell in a plant.
So it's like
Yeah.
a one-size-fits-all model
Yeah,
for the cellular world.
exactly.
What's the second key outcome?
Well, accuracy.
Okay.
The virtual cell must accurately predict
Uh-huh.
cellular function, behavior, and dynamics.
Okay.
It has to mirror the real world with incredible precision.
So not just building it, but making sure it works.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's the final outcome?
The third crucial outcome is all about functionality.
Okay.
This virtual cell needs to be able to run in silico experiments,
Okay.
allowing scientists to test hypotheses virtually.
So it's like having a virtual Petri dish.
Exactly.
Where you can conduct experiments without the need for physical labs.
Precisely.
Wow, what a game changer for research.
It is.
But as groundbreaking as this all sounds,
Mhm.
it's important to remember that this is a monumental task.
Yes, it is.
It's been compared to the Human Genome Project in
Yeah.
terms of scale and complexity,
Yeah.
potentially taking a decade or more to fully realize.
Right.
A decade, that's quite a commitment.
It is.
But the potential rewards are so significant,
I think so.
potentially revolutionizing not just medicine,
Uh-huh.
but our understanding of life itself,
Yeah.
that the scientific community is more than ready
Absolutely.
to take on the challenge.
Yes.
This is some seriously heavy stuff.
It is.
We've talked about the what and the why,
Right.
but I'm dying to know more about the how.
Sure.
How do you even begin to translate
Yeah.
the complexities of a living cell
Uh-huh.
into a digital model?
Well, that's a question.
Yeah.
That will take us even deeper into this incredible project.
And luckily, we've got plenty more to discuss.
We do.
We'll be right back
Okay.
after a quick break.
All right.
Don't go anywhere.
Sounds good. Welcome back.
So before the break,
Yeah.
we're just starting to delve into the nitty-gritty of
Yes.
how you actually build a virtual cell.
Uh-huh.
It sounds insanely complicated.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
One of the grand challenges in science right now.
Yeah.
One of the first hurdles is figuring out how to handle the massive amount of data we're talking about.
Right.
It's not just the size.
Yeah.
It's the variety too.
Right.
Gene sequences,
Mm-hmm.
protein structures,
Right.
images from microscopes.
Mm.
It's like trying to build a house using bricks, wood, and concrete all at the same time.
Right.
You need some kind of universal blueprint,
Yeah.
a way to make it all fit together.
So how do you even start to organize all of that information in a
Well,
way that makes sense?
That's where the idea of ontologies comes in.
Ontology?
Yeah. Imagine like a giant, highly detailed map of the cell,
Okay.
showing how all the different parts are connected
Right.
and how they interact.
Yeah.
That's essentially what an ontology does.
Okay.
It creates a standardized language
Right.
for describing biological concepts and relationships.
So it's like
Yeah.
a dictionary or thesaurus for cells,
Exactly.
making sure everyone is speaking the same language.
Yeah, ontologies act as like the universal translators of biology,
Right.
allowing scientists from different disciplines
Right.
to share and integrate data seamlessly.
Okay.
Let's say a geneticist in California
Uh-huh.
is studying a particular gene,
Right.
and a biochemist in
Yeah.
London
Yeah.
is working on a protein that interacts with that gene.
Okay.
Ontologies help them connect their research,
Right.
ensuring their data is compatible and comparable,
Okay.
even though they might be using different methods and terminology.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like having a common set of building blocks
Precisely.
that everyone can use
Oh.
to construct the virtual cell.
And once you have that foundation,
Okay.
you can start using your trifecta
Yeah.
of AI tools,
Right.
predictive, generative, and queryable AI,
Right.
to analyze the data, fill in the gaps,
Yeah.
and ultimately build a dynamic working model of the cell.
We've talked a lot about
Yeah.
the sheer amount of data involved in this
Right.
project.
Uh-huh.
But what about the quality of that data?
Hmm.
That's a great question. Does the accuracy of the virtual cell
Well,
depend on having perfect, pristine data?
the answer is thankfully no.
Okay.
We don't need to have every single detail perfectly mapped out
Right.
to create a useful virtual cell.
Okay.
The beauty of AI,
Yeah.
particularly the generative aspect,
Mhm.
is that it can extrapolate from existing data
Right.
to fill in the blanks
Okay.
and make educated guesses about the missing pieces.
Right.
Think of it like an artist sketching a portrait.
Okay.
They don't need to see every pore and wrinkle
Right.
to capture the essence of their subject.
Yeah.
The same principle applies here.
So it's not just about
Right.
brute force computation.
Exactly.
It's about intelligent extrapolation
Yes,
and inference.
it is.
That's pretty cool.
It's one of the reasons why this project is so exciting.
Yeah.
It's pushing the boundaries
Uh-huh.
of what's possible with AI
Right.
and giving us a glimpse
Yeah.
into the future of scientific discovery.
Speaking of the future,
Yeah.
one of the most talked about applications of the virtual cell is in personalized medicine.
Right.
I can see how having like a digital twin of your cells
Yeah.
could revolutionize
Absolutely.
how we diagnose and treat diseases.
Sure.
But can you give me like a concrete example of how this might work in practice?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's imagine a patient
Okay.
with a rare genetic disease
Okay.
currently finding the right treatment.
Right.
Often involves a lot of trial and error,
Yeah.
which can be time-consuming
Yeah.
and sometimes even dangerous.
Right.
But with a virtual cell model of that patient,
Okay.
doctors could simulate the effects of different drugs
Right.
or gene therapies on that specific patient's cells.
Okay.
They could essentially run virtual clinical trials,
Wow.
identifying the most effective
Right.
and least risky treatment strategy
Okay.
without ever putting the patient at risk.
So it's like taking the guesswork out of medicine.
Exactly.
Tailoring treatments to the individual rather than relying on like a one-size-fits-all approach.
Precisely.
And this level of personalization could be transformative for so many areas of healthcare, from cancer treatment to drug development to organ transplantation.
Yeah, for sure.
It all sounds incredibly promising.
It does.
But I have to ask,
Sure.
are there any downsides
Well,
or potential risks
yeah.
associated with creating a virtual human cell?
You're right to raise that point.
I mean, it is a powerful technology.
Yeah, it is. And with great power comes,
While the potential benefits are vast,
Right.
it's crucial to acknowledge the potential challenges and proceed with caution.
Right.
For instance, we need to ensure that the data used to train these AI models is diverse and representative of different populations.
Right.
We don't want to create a virtual cell that only reflects a narrow slice of humanity.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
We want to make sure this technology benefits everyone,
Absolutely.
not just a select few.
And beyond the technical challenges, there are also broader societal questions we need to consider.
Okay. Like what, for example, who will have access to this technology?
Right.
How do we ensure that it's used responsibly and ethically?
Those are important questions.
They are questions that we need to start addressing now as we embark on this incredible journey of scientific discovery.
It's a reminder that science doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Exactly.
It's always intertwined with ethical, social, and even philosophical considerations.
Precisely.
And as we continue to explore the frontiers of science, it's crucial that we engage in open and honest dialogue about the potential implications of our discoveries.
The virtual human cell is a powerful tool.
It is.
And it's up to us
Yeah.
to ensure that it's used for the betterment of humanity.
This has been a truly mind-expanding discussion.
It has.
We've covered so much ground, from the technical intricacies of AI to the potential impact on personalized medicine.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of this topic.
You're right. There's still so much more to explore.
Right.
And when we return after a short break, we'll delve into some of the broader implications of this research.
All right.
And discuss what the future might hold
Okay.
for virtual human cells and their impact on society as a whole.
Don't miss it. Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
It's great to be back.
We've been talking about this incredible quest to build a virtual human cell using AI. And honestly, it's kind of blown my mind.
It really captures the imagination, doesn't it?
It totally does.
Yeah.
We've talked about the technical nuts and bolts,
Right.
the potential for like revolutionizing medicine. But I'm curious, what's like at the big picture significance of this research?
Wow.
What does it mean for science as a whole?
If you think back through history,
Okay.
there have been certain discoveries
Yeah.
that fundamentally changed how we understand the world.
Right.
Like the invention of the microscope,
Yeah.
the discovery of DNA.
Right.
Those were watershed moments.
And you think the virtual cell could be on that same level?
Absolutely.
Wow.
The microscope allowed us to see the invisible world of cells,
Yeah.
revealing the building blocks of life. DNA gave us the blueprint,
Right.
the code that makes each of us unique.
Right.
And the virtual cell,
Yeah.
it's like getting the instruction manual,
Okay.
the key to understanding how that code is translated into action.
So it's not just about seeing the parts.
Right.
It's about understanding how they work together.
Exactly.
How they interact, how they create the incredible complexity of a living organism.
Precisely.
It's like having a simulator for life itself.
Yeah.
A way to test and explore the fundamental principles of biology in a way that was never possible before.
Exactly.
And that knowledge could ripple out into so many different fields, right?
I just talked about medicine.
But what about other areas?
Right.
Like bioengineering, agriculture, environmental science?
The possibilities are truly vast.
Give me some examples.
Imagine being able to design crops that are more resistant to disease or drought, or to create new biomaterials inspired by the intricate structures found in nature.
Right.
We could even use virtual cells to study the effects of pollution on ecosystems. Or to model the spread of infectious diseases.
So it's like opening up a whole new toolkit for solving some of the biggest challenges facing humanity.
It really is. And one of the most exciting things about this project is that it's a global effort.
It is.
Scientists from all over the world are collaborating, sharing data and expertise.
That's great.
Working towards a common goal.
It's inspiring to think about what we can achieve.
It is.
When we work together.
Absolutely. And this is just the beginning.
Right.
As we delve deeper into the virtual cell, who knows what incredible discoveries await us.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
This isn't a finished product.
No, it's not.
It's an ongoing journey of exploration and discovery.
Exactly. And I think that's one of the things that makes science so captivating.
What is it?
It's about pushing the boundaries of knowledge.
Right.
Constantly asking questions. And always being open to new possibilities.
If scientists could create a perfect virtual model of any cell, which one would you choose and why?
That's a tough one.
I know, right?
There are so many fascinating cells to choose from, each with its own unique secrets to unlock.
Right.
If I had to pick, I think I'd go with a neuron.
A neuron.
Yeah.
The brain cell.
The fundamental unit of the nervous system.
Why a neuron?
Because the brain is still one of the biggest mysteries in science.
Okay.
Understanding how neurons work, how they communicate with each other, how they form networks and process information that could unlock the secrets of consciousness memory.
Wow.
Even artificial intelligence itself.
It's like cracking the code of the human mind.
Exactly.
And imagine the implications for treating neurological disorders like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's.
A virtual neuron could revolutionize our understanding of these diseases.
Wow.
And open up new avenues for treatment and prevention.
It's clear that we're just at the beginning of this incredible journey.
Yeah.
But the potential is truly mind-blowing.
It requires not just scientific expertise, but also a sense of wonder.
Yeah.
A willingness to embrace the unknown.
Right.
And a deep appreciation for the complexity and beauty of life itself.
This deep dive has definitely sparked a lot of those feelings for me.
That's great.
I'm leaving this conversation feeling incredibly inspired and hopeful.
I'm so glad to hear that.
About the future of science.
I hope it inspires others to learn more about this groundbreaking research and to engage in the conversation about the potential impact of this technology on our lives and our world.
Well said. And for those listening, keep exploring.
Keep asking questions.
Keep asking questions.
And never stop diving deep.
Never stop diving
into that fascinating world of science.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.